Today I'm going to talk about how ERPNext and Frappe making world a better place. I know it's a abused word, abused line, but still, this is the right forum to put this line, making Frappe and ERPNext making a better world better place. Bit about me. I work for FOSS United Foundation, and I organize developer activities to promote free software in India. Previously, I worked with a lot of non-profit organizations and helped them with ERPNext and Frappe. So, a quick introduction about FOSS. ERPNext is FOSS, right? And why ERPNext exists and why we are here. Because ERPNext is free to use. I mean, you can edit, modify, reuse. And these freedoms create livelihood and empower the economy. As in, we have a lot of companies here who exist because of ERPNext. A lot of companies who use ERPNext as to save their operation cost. And entrepreneurs like Aditya, who built Frappe Cloud on top of Frappe, because ERPNext is open source. Anybody can reuse it, modify or change. And of course, it saves a lot of money. So I was quite active on the forum long back when I started using ERPNext. And I saw a lot of threads, people asking about what happened to ERPNext Foundation. So yes, it took a new avatar. ERPNext Foundation started with the goal of promoting open source ERP in India and elsewhere. And it took a new avatar of FOSS United to promote FOSS, not just open source ERP, but all open source softwares. So what we do at FOSS United, we give grants to FOSS projects and organizations who build FOSS projects. So we started FOSS United Foundation 2 years back, as in the new avatar took place 2 years back in January 2020. And since then, we have been giving grants to multiple quality FOSS projects in India, helping developers to keep building what they are doing in their free time or full time. We build Mon School to promote the learning of programming online by creating quality courses. We organize hackathons events all around India, Bangalore, Delhi, multiple cities. We are expanding. So far, we are limited to Bangalore because of pandemic, and we now are getting interest from all over country, different parts. I mentioned Delhi, Kochi, Chennai. We do monthly meetups, again, with the one agenda, promote FOSS. We give sponsorship to developer communities to promote, again, FOSS. Recently, we did IndiaFOSS in Bangalore. We had people from 12 years old, kids who build Ubuntu Unity Remix, to the person who is the CEO of National E-Governments Digital India, to people who work on FOSS, who just talk about hardware, free hardware, and help people to understand what the reason and the philosophy behind free software. We had people from academia who talks about the problem with our college, universities. We got around 50 quality talks. We got around, it was a pan-India event. So Mon School, I mentioned in the previous slide, it is built on top of Frappe LMS, what Janat is working on. We have more than 7,000 learners so far. 5 live courses. We are working with dozens of other course creators. If you are interested in teaching programming, we have 1 lakh of grant for you to create the course. Now I'm going to talk about some case study of some case study of the non-profit projects we built to scale, to manage their day-to-day business so that they can scale their whole point of why they started. So and then the reason the reason we started non-profit, helping non-profit was because FOSS and non-profit have similar fundamental goals, a better world. You help, you build, you contribute to FOSS because you want other people to use the software, and so that other people could have a job using, again, like I mentioned, they could build another startup on top of the FOSS or sell services. So here are three case studies. First is PeriFerry. So PeriFerry help transgender persons to get job at workplaces. Typically, generally, transgender person you won't find in your company transgender person working with you. So this organization help transgender person to acquire skill set and thus join the workplaces, like all of us. Thanks. So Neelam reached out to us, Neelam, the CEO of PeriFerry, to help them build a system where they could onboard transgender persons smoothly, train them, and ensure post recruitment they are on the right track, and there is a feedback loop there so that they could make their system better and make onboard the right companies who can hire the transgender persons. Sorry. So we worked around 6 months together, and there's a feedback from her. They used to spend around 7 hours on the workflow and the whole process to onboard and onboard the transgender person on the system. They used to. Now, using Sheet, by the way, Google spreadsheet. Since they moved to ERPNext custom build app, they spend less than 20 minutes now. This quick stats. So far, they have helped more than 350 people to upskill, and more than 300 people have been employed. They have worked with 75 plus. Thank you. They have helped more than 75 corporates. So with the corporate relationship, they are able to make sure that there is enough job opportunities for transgender person, and almost 30,000 plus employees has been sensitized about working with transgender persons. Last two case studies, India Labourline and Robin Hood Army, they have a separate talk scheduled tomorrow. So I'll take quick, few seconds just to give an overview. So we worked with India Labourline to help them the labor in distress who reach out to India Labourline when their employer do not pay them on time or pay less. So we integrated ERPNext with Exotel, and we have been working in different states. They have been working in different states to make sure that the labor who do not get well paid in the informal sector are getting justice. So again, they have worked with, so here's the stats, 1.6 crore have been recovered. And this is, just think about this amount of sum for the BPL people who have very low income. So this is a huge impact that Frappe is doing. Again, and thanks Frappe Cloud for hosting all these apps. We have been working with more than a dozen of non-profit projects, and all sponsored by Frappe Cloud, and lot of support from the whole Frappe team and Zerodha team to get this project built. Robin Hood Army, we have another talk scheduled for this as well. So they have been helping. So a lot of restaurants get surplus food at the end of the day. So Robin Hood Army, they have volunteers who collect this surplus food and distribute it among the community who needs it. So we have built a check-in system where all these volunteers would collect this food and check in through the system, and so that we could track the activities which is happening. So here is this thing. They're using in 110 plus cities. This was launched, like I guess 1st September 2022. This is a very, I guess 20 days data, and this is growing. So we are again here. We see the power of ERPNext, and all again for free. Yes, all for free, which sounds quite okay, but which is a great. So these key points are for NPO leaders. I hope I believe a lot of you here who understand FOSS, and that's why there is philosophical reason people use FOSS sometime, and there is reason who understand that they could make more money out of FOSS. So people who really cares about the cause or the reason behind FOSS, here are few points. So while I worked with dozens of NGOs, I realized few issues with them. Again, leadership. They do not understand. I'm quite telling it in open forum, but they do not understand, how technology could help them in, like long run. So they really lack leadership there. I'm not talking in general, but yeah, most of them. I'm just trying to be on the safe side. Budget, yes, they lack budget to spend on technology. So, and project champion, so NPOs are dozens of jobs. There are very few full-time employees there who has tons of job, and once the leader or the CXO level person there think about implementing a ERPNext or any tools, the existing employee have to take care of that position to be the project champion. So there is a need of that role. So the reason I'm showing this slide is because, like I said, making world a better place. So all of you, this is just a request to all of us here. Help at least one non-profit projects, until there is a whole ecosystem where NGO understand, non-profit organization understand, how they could have leadership, they could train their leaders so that they can understand there is a need of such change. So until then, we need to work with these NGOs, help them either by building or telling them, by giving them, I'm not saying it for free, but at a lower cost than what you charge for your other clients once in a year. Like I said, not forever, but you could start with one and then understand. Look for one NGO's non-profit organization nearby. And think about, why ERPNext was started, right? Rusab thought, okay, making sure, making your source code open is the future where everybody have the access to source code, and, we all live, we have the freedom to live, and, we want, again, I won't go into capitalism idea, but again, think about why people started building projects like Linux or ERPNext. So yeah, help one NPOs nearby. And last call to action is, like I mentioned, we organize FOSS events all around India. So we are introducing Mumbai FOSS. So it will be a mini conference model, not huge like this, but one day event for 5-6 hours. We could invite people from academia, people who contribute, build, maintain FOSS, people from government who use FOSS, and they are the key stakeholder in the ecosystem. They have to understand how FOSS could make, again, power the economy, as UPI or any other big tools, CoWIN is built on top of FOSS. We want to make sure that they also contribute back to because people's money should come to people's, the source should come to people. There should be, option to, people could reuse those existing build tools like UPI or Aadhaar, and make sure there are another application built on top of that. If you're interested in organizing this event, sign up for volunteering, or you can just tag or write to me on Twitter, or my email ID is over here, vishal@fossunited.org. I'm open for questions. Thank you.